gonna be a little something more. I've got a plan in mind, a special thing in store. The light bulb inside my head says, get out and play, 'cause you never feel this way. It's my lucky day, it's my lucky day. It's my lucky day, my lucky day. Don't need a pot of gold, a rabbit's foot or to be told. It's my lucky day, it's my lucky day.
Hello, friends. Happy Tuesday. It is so nice to be here with you again. I feel like it's been quite a while since I popped on here. So I wanted to come share some stories of what's been going on in my life and then give you a preview of what is coming up next in the world. So John, so nice to see you. So glad you're here. Yeah, I was running late tonight. I have a 20-year-old son who has been traveling for work, and he took the train home from Philadelphia today. And I thought he was going to be picked up by a friend. And he called me right before I was leaving work to say, hey, can you come pick me up at the train station? So I did, and it was great, except that pushed dinner back. And then you know how life is. Life's a lot these days. Fortunately, it was super low key at the train station today. I was able to just swing up and pick up my kid, which is much better than the last time he took the train home. When I pulled up to the train station, and there were at least 10, maybe a dozen police cars with their lights on, right in front of the train station. So I think, oh, I should get out of the way. Let me pull into the parking garage, because that is exactly what you do when you get to the train station and there are a dozen cop cars out with lights on, right? And then as I'm driving through the parking garage, I'm thinking, oh, it's very quiet here. There aren't any people, which was very strange, with the exception of these two police officers with their giant assault rifles. And I thought, ooh, something's going on here. Maybe I should park, because again, that's what you do, right? When there's something going on at the train station, you just park. And I wasn't sure what was going on, but I knew it couldn't have been good, because groups of police officers, flashlights out, guns drawn, kept searching the parking garage for something. Finally, as I'm frantically Googling breaking news, New Haven train station to get something to come up. Turns out there was just a shooting right before my son's train pulled in. A couple of guys having an altercation on the train. One gets shot as soon as they get off, and then the suspect flees. I think they got him. Yes. So we were there 90 minutes, 2 hours maybe. And then, my quick trip to the train station ended up taking, a few hours. And we got back super late, and my nervous system was like super shot. So that's sort of what my life has been like, one thing after another. I did intend to come on last week and, give an update, share some stories. But my 18-year-old was like, hey, you want to hang out? And anytime I have a chance to hang out with one of my kids, I totally will. And she was like, hey, you want to swipe on these apps with me? And I was like, yeah, I do. Because back in the day when I was internet dating, I used to let my kids swipe for me. It was hilarious. One day we swiped just on men who had dogs. Another day it was like just men who like to, roller skate. Turns out we didn't swipe on anybody that day. There aren't a whole lot of people who put roller skating in their profile, which is a shame. There should be more roller skating in the world than there is. Anyways, so that is what my life has been like lately. That is what has kept me from being here. But I wanted to share with you really a beautiful story. I want to tell you about this great journaling workshop I taught last night. I tend to do journaling workshops for libraries. In my 9 to 5, I'm a librarian. It makes perfect sense for me to reach out and do this for libraries. And I always love not knowing who is going to be in the room when I teach or exactly what they're looking for. And these days, at programs like this, so many people come without their cameras on. And so you're never quite sure if people are there or not. You know what I'm talking about? And it was really interesting. I invited people to turn their cameras on. Some did. People were pretty chatty, but there were a few people just like nothing, nothing in the chat, nothing said out loud. And I just kind of began to wonder if they were even there. And then I woke up this morning to the most beautiful, beautiful email. Oh, will my phone work? There it is. Okay, hold on. Okay. And this email came totally out of the blue. And I was so surprised to see it there. And she said, um, introduced herself by name and said, I'm going to be a sophomore in high school this fall. I was on your Zoom call through the library earlier today. Your enthusiasm was contagious and really excuse me, I can't talk today, really inspired me to start journaling again. For a while, I didn't understand the beauty and versatility of the practice. You were incredibly informative and gave me various new insights about journaling I will keep in mind when I restart. I'm so grateful I decided to do this class, and I'm so excited to start journaling again. Is there a nicer, better way to start the day than a teenager going out of their way to write this beautifully expressive email? I can't imagine. And I have teenagers, and they're wonderful, wonderful people. Um, but that this girl took the time to let me know she was there and what I shared was meaningful. It really meant so much to me. Kind of made me laugh too, because she writes very similar um, to how I write with lots of so's, right? So grateful and so excited. I just thought that was really terrific. Um, so, all kinds of new things are happening in my world with regards to journaling. And I'm so excited to get to share some of the things that I have coming up. So, two things. I will backtrack and let you know, if you didn't know, that I ran a journaling program, an intensive early morning journaling program. And I ran it from November through May. It was so beautiful. I called it Better Me in 23. And every month we got together to explore what better looks like. Because so often in life we think, oh, better to be better, I have to do more, right? I have to do more. I have to be more. And throughout this journey, we really took a look at what better really looks like. So in January, we tackled better body. How can we take better care of these beautiful bodies we're in? February, we talked about better relationships, right? How can we better care for those relationships that just mean so much to us? We talked about better mindset, better balance. Um, December and November, we did better gratitude and better launch, right? Really preparing ourselves for the new year. And in May, we did better money, which was so fascinating to take a look at our money stories and where they came from. And this program was probably the most beautiful way I could have spent 7 months of my life. And when I say it was an intensive early morning program. It was 12 mornings a month from 8 to 8:30 Eastern. And we would get together and journal and share our insights. And it was so good. But at the end of May, I just felt this need to pause and reassess and recalibrate. And I didn't know what that meant. Um, and I didn't know what I was supposed to really do with that time. I just knew if I paused, the answers would come to me. And as I took this pause, I was able to really remember why I do what I do. I believe journaling is such a valuable, helpful tool. It has been instrumental for me in my life in so many ways, um, from just helping me deal with feelings and thoughts. Way back from when I was an angsty teenager and first discovered journaling. Journaling helped me really survive and thrive through a divorce I didn't want and didn't see coming. Journaling helped me to really become the person I wanted to be and live a life that I truly don't want a vacation from. Journaling's helped me set big goals and to track my progress and to celebrate as I progress and become better and I learn and grow. And I can't imagine my life without it. And I'm so passionate for helping other people understand that not only is journaling something that can be helpful for them, but journaling is something that they can do, that you can do, and that you can do in a way that helps you in your life and feels really good to you. I have been surprised over and over by the sheer number of people I've met who say, "Oh, well, I can't journal. Journaling doesn't work for me. Like I've tried it, and right? It doesn't do anything for me." So the saddest thing are the people I talk to who think, "Oh, well, it doesn't work for me, so I must be doing something wrong, or worse, there must be something wrong with me." And it breaks my heart because there is nothing wrong with you. It's just the way you're journaling isn't compatible for what you're looking to do. And so, helping other people, helping you catch the magic of journaling is one of the greatest joys that I have in my life. And that is why I do this. I don't lead these groups because I I have nothing better to do. I don't do it because I'm looking to make a huge amount of money. I don't do it because I'm looking for, fame and glory, which of course, comes along with the journaling territory. I'm doing what I'm doing because I know it makes a difference in the world. I do what I'm doing because it helps me live out my ikigai, my purpose, right? I have this beautiful ikigai verse that I crafted with the help of David Marlowe. If you don't know David, you should know David. He is an incredible human. He's so worth knowing. But this verse that I crafted says, "I cultivate growth through curiosity, creativity, communication, and connection." That's what I do. And I thought, how can I bring all of that to this journaling that I do and make journaling accessible, because it is not accessible for everybody to journal 12 mornings a month, right? Not everybody has 8 to 8:30 Eastern available to them. I think of my sweet friends from the West Coast who've joined me at 5 a.m. their time, and my one friend who I'm not sure what she looks like because she never turned her camera on. Because if you get up to 5 a.m. before 5 a.m. to journal with me, I will never ask you to turn your camera on. I'm just so grateful that you're there. So I thought, how can I make this program so much more accessible to folks who just need something different? And so I came up with something that just I'm so excited to share with you. My new program, let me just pull it up really quick. I call it Unveil Your Inner Magic. And here's the website if you want to check it out, unveilyourinnermagic.com. This is a program, it's very similar to Better Me in 23, but it is much more accessible. And by that, I mean you can do it at your own pace. You can do it on your own time. So instead of 4 mornings a week with me, you get an email from me every morning, or excuse me, every week with the week's worth of journal prompts. And you can do them how it feels good to you. Whether you space them out and do one a day, you do them over 3 or 4 days, because everybody needs to journal a little differently. I have friends who journal just on the weekdays. I have other friends who journal just on the weekends. I know people who have a beautiful journaling practice just one day a week, right? There's no wrong way to do it. So whether you want to space out these prompts, you want to do them over a series of days, whether you want to do them all in one sitting, totally cool, or you want to take one prompt and carry it on through the week and really, really dive deep. now there's this flexibility in this program. And this program is really geared um, for self reflection, for self discovery, and really to learn about yourself and discover really what is special and wonderful about you. Because so many people I've talked with, so many people I work with, we just believe like, we're fine. We're like average. There's nothing really special about us, right? And by doing this, really thinking this way, we really do the world a disservice because we are here for a reason. There is nobody else in the world that's just like us, right? That we are here to do something that only we can do. So, what is it? Let's find it. Let's celebrate it, right? So, in this program, Unveil Your Inner Magic, you get a journal prompt every week. You also get a live journal group journaling call. Just like my sessions, maybe you have participated in them before. It's a 60-minute call once a week. You can choose from a morning session or an evening session. And we'll get together and journal together and share insights. And if you have never journaled with other people, I will tell you it is really, really cool. There is just this magic that happens when we journal together that even though we're doing our own thing, right? We all start generally with the same prompt. I pull out my handy dandy timer and time us. And while the timer's running, we get to go have our own adventure. And when the timer rings, we come back and we share what we've been and what we learned. And no one is ever required to share, and no one is ever expected to read what they wrote. But there's so much beauty in learning from each other, in discovering on my own, and then deepening that discovery by sharing with you what I've learned from learning from you. And I love watching people's faces in these meetings because you can see the light bulbs go off when somebody says something. That was like where they were trying to get to, but they couldn't find the words on their own. I think of my sweet friend Mary, who is so generous and shares so many of the words that she writes in her journal. And she writes the most beautiful, poetic um, poetry. It's so beautiful. And as she's shared these snippets, it's like I don't know, it's like she's bringing music into the room and really putting words to what we're all feeling and trying to express in our own way. And to see the magic and the community and the friendships and the connections that form is just the absolute coolest, best thing. And I really I don't think I've ever walked away from one of these sessions not feeling like I've just been with a group of friends, even if everyone walked into that group meeting as complete strangers. It is really cool. So you get a journal, an email each week with all of the journal prompts that you can do um, on your own time, on your own schedule, at your own pace. You get a 60-minute group call for that deep community learning and growing. And also we have a community. We'll start it out in Slack. Um, Again, to continue to share insights, to support each other, to ask questions, to learn together. So, this program I am so, so excited about. Again, because it brings together the absolute best of what I think journaling can be. It's self discovery, it's learning, it's growing, it's community, it's connection. Um, and there's, again, so much flexibility and enough structure that I think can really help us learn and grow together. So, again, unveilyourinnermagic.com. If you have questions, my friends, you know where to find me. I'm so happy to answer all of them. Um, so if you were listening to me describe group journaling and think, oh, that sounds interesting. I've never done that. Maybe I want to give it a try, maybe before I sign up for this program, right? I will tell you, tomorrow night is your lucky night. Once a month, I hold a journaling mini retreat. I generally hold it on the third Wednesday of the month, except for the months when I can't count properly, and then it's the second or the fourth. But tomorrow at 7:30 p.m. Eastern, we're going to get together and we're focusing this month on joy, finding joy and really savoring those moments that matter. So if you are interested at all, I invite you to register and come. The URL is on the bottom of the screen. I would absolutely love to journal with you. All right. So with that, I will share the other piece of news that I'm so excited about is that I'm revamping my live stream. So when I started this back in March, I started it on the heels of taking Chris Hennessy's live stream bootcamp. If you want to live stream and you're like me and are like, hey, I need to take a class, I need to work with somebody, I need to talk to somebody who knows their stuff, totally check out Chris. He is the smartest, best at this stuff. Really explained it so well so that I felt super confident, right? But what was interesting to me is that I know Chris talks a lot about having guests on your show, and I thought, oh, that sounds complicated. That sounds like having to share airtime, right? And really, it was I'm going to do a solo show because I'm still not sure about this live stream stuff, and I want to make sure I really know what I'm doing before I introduce other people to the mix. So now that I've done this for a few months, I totally feel like my feet are wet enough. So season 2 of Good Things Come to Those Who Journal, the live stream, which will have a new name when it comes back on in August, is going to be a show where I bring on guests, and I'm super, super excited for the people that I'm that I'm bringing on the show. I've got a slate of people who do really, really cool things that, by the way, either include journaling or include skills that you can bring in your journaling. I'm particularly excited that my friend David Marlowe is going to be here with us 1 month from today, on the 15th of August. We're going to be talking about asking questions, because if you follow David, you will know that he is a really good, insightful question asker. And if there is one skill you need that helps in journaling, it's the ability to ask questions, right? And to answer questions thoughtfully and be reflective. So we're going to have a conversation about that. I've got friends coming on who are going to talk about things like healing through writing, right? How powerful is that? That writing, the simple act of taking a pen in our hand and putting it to paper, that can heal our hearts, it can heal our souls. It's amazing. I have a friend who's going to come on, and we're going to talk about vulnerability and authenticity, because they're essential in order to be able to really do any discovery work in journaling. That journaling doesn't really work if we're not being honest with ourselves. So talking about how we can cultivate authenticity and vulnerability in our lives and in our journaling. And then I'm going to bring in some friends who do some really cool stuff. A friend who's an astrologer who's going to talk about how astrology and journaling go hand in hand, and some other kind of cool modalities that maybe you haven't thought of and how it pertains to journaling. So stay tuned. All kinds of really great stuff coming up that I'm so excited about. And with that, my friends, I'm going to keep this really short tonight. Um, I've got uh, I've got kids at home who want to see their mom, and also my bedroom has been shut up all day, and nobody had the air conditioner on, and it is like 100,000 degrees in here. You can see how shiny I am. So I'm going to go turn on the air conditioner so I can sleep peacefully tonight. And my friends, thank you so much for being here. I am so grateful for you. When people ask me what is the best part of being on LinkedIn and what I have gained from showing up here on the regular, it's you. Every time, it's you. It's my community that I found and built. It's you who teaches me so much and allows me to share with you. And I'm so grateful. So thank you, my friends. And I hope you have the absolute most beautiful Tuesday evening that's possible, or exactly what you need today to be. So, my friends, until next time, I will see you in a couple of weeks. 1st of August, 8 o'clock, Tuesday nights. Bye, friends.